guys, this is Nick George with cloudsdiamondsharpening. Just showing you clipper blade sharpening demonstration. I just took these apart and then I decided to just go ahead and record a real-time sharpening experience. Alright, let's get to work. I take it over to this wheel here that's shaped for the blades to cut nice. It's like a bridge, so it's like this, and then it pushes your blades together, and then they cut. So if the bridge is perfect and the tension is perfect, then your blades cut. And the reason it's like that instead of just perfectly flat, because then when the edges get a little dull, they'll pick up like that, and then they'll just pull hair. So if it's like this, then as it gets dull, it flattens out. Once it's flat, then it needs to be sharpened again. So using a flat stone may work one time, two times, but then when the blade comes to me, I'll probably tell you to replace the blade because it can't be sharpened correctly without the shape. Alright, so let's get to work. I go about 20 times. That wheel is charged with diamond. In the process of patting the wheel. The outside shiny, the surfaces, that's good. But that isn't the only thing. So the stone will make it look like that. But it won't have the shape, and trust me, it won't cut as good. And if you don't believe me, just go ahead and sit in your blade. Hopefully I can fix it and sharpen it for you. Okay, so basically a sharpener can have a perfect wheel and not sharpen that good because it does take some technique. Now, if you have a bad wheel and you can be the best sharpener and you still won't sharpen very good, so you gotta have both of these good. I'm not saying my wheel's the best, but it's one of the best. If not the best. I love it. I used to sharpen on Nebraska machine. It's a industrial sharpening machine. They just sell in Nebraska blades. I didn't like it as much. It shoots sparks, gets the blade hot. But I mean, a good sharpener can still be very good at his job with one of those. But if he had this, he would just be better. Because I've sharpened on both. So what I'm looking for here is, first of all, it has to be flat. Because if there's any lines or rust marks, then it'll just dig a bit deeper hole, so it'll just end up ruining the blade. And what else I look for is make sure there's no shiny spots on the teeth, because that could be burrs. And I know how to check my wheel, so I know my wheel's perfect right now. So what that means is if I have a perfectly flat line, no burrs, then your blade will work. And then I also ensure that by testing it, just to make sure, even though I'm 99.9% sharpened all the time. Every once in a while I'll have to do a blade, maybe out of 1,000 blades I'll have to do one, redo one. Just like we'll see, all these blades will cut. They'll cut good too. diamond because it's a lot harder material, so it doesn't turn to mud. I use 1500 grit diamond. That's very fine. Hold on, I'll be right back. So this is a lobby blade. It's not because of lobby, it's because of it's just see how it wears down. I have to get rid of that because they'll just get deeper, and these will just get deeper. See, so this looks like it's sharpened, but if you notice, you can see just the light bend, just a little bit. So this blade isn't done. So even though it looks done, you can see there's just a little blemish there that needs to be taken care of. See the lights slope down. So that means it's pretty much sharp. Go back over here and do a little cleaning. So I'm cleaning all the diamond off and ensuring the blade runs as smooth as it can with no debris in its way. It's important to keep your blades clean and try to clean whatever you're cutting, because dirt dulls metal really fast. So what that means is if you never use oil and you hit a piece of dirt, instead of that oil just maybe running through the blade once and then spitting it out with the rest of the oil, it just sits in there and just grinds away at your blade and dulls it. So if you have a problem with your blades always getting dull from every sharpener, it might not be the sharpener, it might be the user, and you have to clean what you're cutting. And if you say you are and your blades are still getting sharp or dull real fast, then it could be your sharpener or his sharpening wheel. So with the right amount of pushing pressure, if you push too hard when you sharpen, it won't cut in the middle. If you push too soft, it probably won't cut on the edges. If you push just right, that blade's gonna cut really good. A little more to my customers because it takes me a little longer to sharpen things, but it is better. So you pay generally $1.50 more, and you generally get about 2 weeks more off my sharpening. So you pay $6.50 instead of $5 like most sharpeners. But my sharpener lasts a lot longer, so for an extra 2 weeks for $1.50, that's a deal. Now if you get something sharpened from me and it doesn't last very long, I know this wheel is perfect, so maybe it's you're not oiling your blades or going through a dirty dog. And if you like shaving dirty dogs, that's fine, but just know your blades will get dull fast, no matter who you use. I like lobby blades because they're soft metal, but a lot of groomers like that. They don't stay as sharp as long, but they're soft metal, so they cut more smooth, but they are softer, so they get dull faster. And I don't like them because, man, I always go the wrong way. See how close that is to the top of this metal piece? If you use any other screw besides a lobby screw, it doesn't work. Even though all other blade screws work with all other blades, lobbies have their special screw, which I think is stupid. So that's just my opinion though. So I slide this back together. If you need help on assembling your blades, I got a video. I think it's aligning your blade or blade alignment. It's just a video on putting them together, aligning them, and oiling them. And I also have a blade care video. Blades, might as well talk about them. They're just like lobby blades, and they're worse probably. I don't like them, but if you have them and you love them, go on and send them my way and I'll sharpen them up. The reason I don't like them is because they're soft metal again, and they don't last as long as an andis or an oster blade. They may cut a little smoother, but not as long for as long. Well, I can go ahead and tighten this, and no, they're gonna need a socket. Okay, that just strips out. So I notice a lot of blades come in and they're way over tight. Okay, over tightening your blade is not gonna make it cut unless it's falling apart loose. So tightening your blade, the screws, is only hurting yourself. This piece costs $3.99. It's called a socket. they will need a new one. This person didn't over tighten it, but I could see it's stripped out. She didn't over tighten it because they were super loose when I took them out. Unfortunately, she just had a bad socket go bad, so I'll need to put a new socket on there. But I see a lot of people, they over tighten their blades because they don't cut or something, or they think they'll cut longer, or I don't know. They just tighten them. Well, it hurts my hand getting them off, first of all, so I don't really like that. But if you like over tightening your blades, go on and send them my way. I'll just be replacing these little guys, because that's what generally happens. You over tighten it, and this metal gives away in this hole, and then it strips out. And once this is stripped, your blade will never go back together again until this place is replaced, until this piece is replaced. So throw that in my recycling bin and give her a new one. So here's a new one. Yay. Oh, phone, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. See, these little short screws, they strip out too. And I gotta replace the screw also. Oh, gotta love those butter cuts. Got me a new screw. Hopefully it tightens down. Okay, see? So now these are new screws. Let me show you the problem. See? They're hitting this right up in here. So it's pushing this up so this blade won't cut with these screws. So what I gotta do is take these screws off and grind them down. And this is the very reason I don't like butter cut. Because their small screws are not very good. But I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Ground the screws down a little to make them where they fit. So now that I put $4 worth of parts on this blade, it's now a good blade. So the money you saved on buying this blade, you just lost. But I do sharpen them, and I can sharpen them good, so just go on and send them my way. I don't care, I'll sharpen them. Here, see, now it's locked on both sides, and that tension's 2 pounds of pressure, just like it should be. That's great. That's great. I like to see that kind of stuff. Butter cuts I actually run a little tighter than other blades. Those are a poorly made blade, so they usually get probably about 3 pounds pressure on these. I honestly like oster blades the best. They're a little more than all the rest though. Wahls are nice too. They're pretty cheap and they're pretty good. Andis are good. Lobby I would stay away from, and buttercut. Just because I reverse engineer things, and this is poorly engineered. I mean, they could have did a lot better if they just would have used a better spring, better metal. But because that's why they're cheaper. Look at that. Look at that. There's another one. So she just spent an extra $6-7 on sockets and screws. This screw don't even come out. Oh, there's another one. Strip the screw also. What's weird about these blades is sometimes a regular screw will work and sometimes they won't. And that to me is a red flag. I'm not trying to put down the company or anything, I'm just giving you my personal opinion. So that's basically a perfectly adjusted tin. I find if you adjust it, see how they go to a point? How they go to the point? If you adjust it to the very end of the point, all it does is push hair out, and it doesn't cut very well. So I go just below that on a tin. Hopefully that was a 10, but I had to make sure to look before I looked it up on a video. 40 blades can be a little closer, but pet smart groomers don't really like them closer. I could set them closer if that's what you wish. For veterinarians, I put it real close for their surgical dogs. Alright, I'll be right back. I'm gonna take a coffee break and we'll get back to business and finish these up. Alright, I'll be back. All of them are 100% perfect because that's how I roll. So if you don't like your blades adjusted correctly and set perfectly, just go ahead and use someone else. Because that's all I do. That's all I know how to do is setting blades up perfect. So, alright, I'll be right back. Alright, test time. And who sharpened that? Oh, I did. Well, the string hair is now wet, so it doesn't look like it's cutting as good. It is. I can get a piece of dry string and it would cut really good, but it's still cutting really good even though it's wet. Well, there you go. They're all done. Have a good day. Keep it sharp. Keep it running. Subscribe and there'll be more videos. Thank you. Have a good day.